For this GRE ROC segment, we are talking about the current version of this space race we have going on, creating unprecedented opportunity in the space economy, specifically the launch of Starris, Optimax Space Systems. Joe Spielman is the president of Optimax, and Kevin Carney here, the Starris director and CTO. Glad to have you both here. I know you got a lot going on. Joe, I want to start with you. Now, people may be surprised to know just how many optics you have up here that are with these satellites going around. What will the launch of this division with Starris do for you going forward?
Thank you. It's nice to be here. You know, the foundation of Starris is really Optimax's history. It's our legacy of manufacturing optics for spaceflight, where we have decades of experience and are widely recognized as an industry leader. So that's what gives us confidence that we can do this. You know, what gives us confidence in the opportunity are really changes that are occurring in the space economy. So the global space economy is at an inflection point. It is poised to triple by 2035 to a staggering $1.8 trillion. Right, so the opportunity is there. So Starris is an extension of what Optimax already does well. So we will be doing more for our customers. We combine, a growing economy and doing more for our customers, and we expect and are planning for significant growth.
You mentioned growth opportunities out there. Kevin, when it's just so competitive, this industry, how do you differentiate yourself with what you're doing?
Well, I like to distinguish between legacy space, big space, and this new space economy. Legacy space is what we all think of. One satellite, one big rocket, 10 years, let's go to Jupiter, or let's build a spy satellite, right? What's emerging is this economy driven by companies like SpaceX, right? SpaceX's Starlink internet and space system consists of over 6,000 satellites that they've launched in the last less than 10 years. That's a lot of satellites, and every one of those satellites is talking to each other through laser links. So there are tens of thousands of optical systems just on Starlink, right? So the traditional approach to space cannot produce 10,000, 20,000 optical systems. So we're positioned to serve this new market, and we're doing that without the baggage of being a legacy space company. So what differentiates us is we're really aligned to take Optimax's ability to be agile, to produce precision optics quickly, and extending that to what we call the payload. Now we turn the optics into a telescope, we add a camera, some electronics, and we hand that off to the spacecraft integrator. So we're using a modular approach to do what's called agile space, to be able to get a concept, a customer concept, from idea to orbit in about a year.
In about a year. Wow. And finally, I'll give this question time for you both to answer. Joe, so much of your focus is up here, but what is it about Rochester and doing it here on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, it was almost 175 years ago that Bausch & Lomb was founded here in Rochester, and that really represents the birth of optics in North America. And since then through today, there's been really purposeful collaboration between academia and industry and government, local, state, federal, to create an ecosystem here in Rochester that supports optics and photonics companies like Optimax better than anywhere else.
We can leverage local expertise in digital imaging, electronics, real-time processing, artificial intelligence. Our IT Center for Imaging Science produces unique, trained individuals and capabilities around digital imaging. So we have this end-to-end embedded ecosystem that we're able to leverage. And all these people know each other, which helps.
Is incredible. And listen, the reason we do this segment is to get the word out about what is happening here, like this hidden gem and everything you're doing. So thanks for sharing that. If you guys want to learn more about what's going on with the launch of Starris, Optimax Space Systems, I'm going to have a link to that under the ROC section today of RochesterFirst.com.